Caesar.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Hey guys. But anyways, let's talk about the match, right? Really exciting. BeNe versus Turkey, new Nations Cup champion, right? This year, first time first for BeNe or Turkey. But I'm pretty excited. The two maps are Naval Outpost and River Village. So Naval Outpost was Turkey's pick, and it's gonna be the first map. It's gonna be Vigors versus Nords. And Cleric, tell me what you think about this matchup.
Well, I reckon you got a favourite to Nords here. I reckon. I mean, I think the axes and the armour is probably a bit too much for Vegas, but it's better than having Rodox or something. So it's definitely you want to be getting rounds on both sets. I think here, but I think with the infantry from like Donor and people like that using the axe, I give a slight edge to BeNe on this map, slightly on Nords at least.
Both teams, like, or at least factions, can snowball pretty well. Like Vigors, maybe not so much as Nords, but do you think like possibly if either team gets the first round on Vigors, they could just take it away?
The problem is to get that sort of lamellar armor, you need to get a lot of kills in the first round. So I think if, say, they get a couple of infantry or a couple of cav picks up 2 or 3 kills in the first round, that's when you can really start taking it away. But as both these teams are quite archer-centric, there's a chance that the only people getting lamellar might be, you know, your Raidens and your Menethils or your Larues.
All right, well, looking at the next map, it's going to be River Village. This was BeNe's pick, and the factions are going to be Vigors and Rodox. So what do you think about that?
It's just a load of shite in it, really. It's tough. It's tough for Rodox, that. I mean, I think if you pick up a single round as Rodox, I think you'll probably be feeling pretty happy. What do you reckon?
I definitely think that too. The matchup's really hard. River Village is a big map with some closed areas and really nice crossfires you can set up. And the crossbows can't compete with the archers. Pretty much neither can the imp for the Cavs, so it's going to be hard.
Both these teams, they both play quite kitey as well, and that's why it almost surprises me a bit that BeNe would pick it, because it's both these teams, if they get the flag, they're just going to love pulling back, dropping further and further back, using their archers to pick up as many kills as possible. So I thought they might try and pick a map where they can have more confrontations, maybe even a closed map. But they've been doing well on that map, so we'll have to see what they can take to Turkey, because I do think Raiden's very good at that map as well, River Village.
Looking at both the teams, though, I guess there's a lot of matchups. You could say Raiden, LaRue, Menethil. I'm not really sure he's playing Archer for BeNe. Is it like Broomstick or Attila?
Caius, probably.
Caius. I mean, these are some good matchups, and I'm looking at the Turkish side, the Archers, and I'm thinking I've seen them a lot in the past, and NC. They doubled pretty well as Imp. Whenever Imp like to push them, they actually manage to hold their own and even pick up kills. But like LaRue can do the same as well. So like, how do you think you shut down these Archers?
I don't think you can. I mean, if we're being realistic, we've got to say, I mean, Raiden and LaRue, they're going to be in most people's top 10 players of all time ever. So I mean, you're not going to shut these down, and these are going to be some of the big players who are going into it. And if either of those turn up, they can really swing it for their teams. It's when you go to the second archers that I think you've got to give Turkey the advantage, because I really rate Caius. He's a great player, but Menethil's just world class, you know, and we know he can just absolutely rip it up. So I think, you know, BeNe are going to have to shut down at least one of the archers and hope LaRue can do at least as much as Raiden, whereas Turkey are going to be want to set up both their archers in good positions, trying to sort of overpower the BeNe archers, I reckon.
Looking at the Cav matchups, you've got pretty good Cav players on both teams. Sir Arthur's been doing quite well for Turkey, and on BeNe, I believe they got players like Sirkin, Watley, etc. Who do you think wins that matchup in particular?
That's the difficult one, because actually, if you look at statistics, we're looking at, I think Caesar has been the best cavalry for BeNe by quite some margin, and it actually
he's the most kills.
Exactly, and I think he's actually opened the most kills as well. Like going into a round, he's picked up the first kill. So he's had a brilliant tournament. And let's say, even though these Turkish players, maybe they're not as famous as some of the old ones, you know, your El Hasibs, your Grenades, your White Strakes, they've obviously proven themselves a lot. And, you know, people like Sir Arthur are really making a name for themselves. But I'm gonna edge it slightly to BeNe for cavalry, because I just think some of the more makeshift cavalry like Tyke might struggle when it comes down to, you know, the later stages of the game.
Right, and now we're gonna finally take a look at infantry. Some notable names for BeNe. You've got Kellerman, Donor, and then looking at Turkey, you got Pendragon and Kefren, who've both been doing quite well this tournament. So who do you think gets the edge there?
I can't even call that one. I think when it comes down to like pure skill, I think the best player there in like a 1v1, I'd give it to Kefren maybe slightly, or Donner. It's hard to call. They're both very good. And on top of that, they're both very effective at what they do. You know, they're both capable of picking up several kills in very short amount of time, you know, weaving brilliantly, double hit effectively. And then when you go down to the second ones, you know, you've got Kellerman and Pendragon. I'd say they're actually quite similar as well, you know, they're both very solid. They're not so much of these flurry players. They're not going to pick up like 5 kills in one round, but they will keep ticking you over. They'll keep getting those kills, and most importantly, they're not going to go down. They just won't die quickly. So this is one, I'm actually going to call it a tie. I know that might be pussying out, but sorry.
So, I mean, right now, this match is definitely looking to be like a very tight match. You've got a slight archer edge to Turkey, a slight cav edge to BeNe, and equal inf. So, I mean, whatever team plays it better for their respective support class, probably going to take the better, you think?
I would have said that, but after seeing Turkey last week against France, I mean, we don't know whether France just capitulated, you know, just threw up that white flag, and we're like, no, please, not again. We don't know what happened. We saw Pete going absolutely huge, and he was tearing it up. But considering how well Turkey played versus France, and how, you know, it was touch and go with BeNe, UK, rest in peace. I'm going to give the edge to Turkey.
All right. So, personally, I'm giving the edge to Turkey as well. After watching them play, they defeated big champs in Poland. That's a tough match, of course. And Poland, quite similar, actually, in my opinion, to BeNe as a team. Poland's got great archers and great cav, and honestly, great M too. So I really think Turkey's coming in this with, you know, like high spirits, high hopes, right? They've just come off some huge wins. So I got to give it to Turkey as well.
We need someone to support BeNe, surely.
I guess I'll support BeNe, though. I'm actually gonna say I would, if I had to pick one, I'm probably gonna go with Turkey. But this is really a really close matchup. These two teams are very well matched, and I have a sneaking suspicion that this is gonna be a really close match, or it could be one of those things where one team just gets an early lead and just breaks away with it. And that could happen. We've seen that happen before, where, you know, two really good teams who are very evenly matched, but one of them just breaks ahead with an early lead and just kind of starts, you know, get snowballing out of control from there. But
can I touch on that just quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
Feeling, when it comes to that, Raiden's a great caller. There's no doubt about it. He's one of the most well decorated in the game. However, he has been known to slightly sometimes go on tilt, maybe a bit. So I think this is one where, you know, if Turkey win the first 3 rounds, it's not going to be like France. They'll stick in the game, BeNe. Like you saw that against the UK game, you know, where we gave them a pretty good whipping on the close map. But then, you know, they kept their chin up and they played really well. I have a feeling, maybe, I might be completely wrong here, if BeNe get a 4-5-0 lead, I think Turkey could capitulate. So I think it's important for them to, you know, do well on their own map and keep up a good score.
Now let's go ahead and move on to picking out kind of 3 players. I'm going to make you guys each pick 3 players from either team as kind of the star players for you, the MVPs, predictions almost going into this match. Who would you say are the 3 key players for Turkey?
My 3 players for Turkey, definitely Raiden. He's calling. He's a fantastic archer, and I think he has a lot on his shoulders, and I definitely think he's up to like the task to do it. Sir Arthur, he's been huge as of late, and I think he has to be huge if they want to pick up a huge win. Obviously, he's been playing great, but this is really when they need him most. And probably Menethil as well. He's that second archer. He's really good as well, and if he plays well, or if he just really goes off, you know, gets like a huge triple kill with headshots, then I really think Turkey will, you know, be in good setting right there.
See, for me, you're probably right. I'd say those are the 3 best players. But for me, I'm going to pick the ones who I think maybe aren't quite as good, but if they turn up, that's what's going to swing it in their favour. Because for me, like Raiden and Menethil, they're going to play well and they're going to get kills. That's like a certainty. I think if Sarafa turns up, if Kefren turns up, and let's say maybe I'm Not Alone manages to reignite some of that old flame, I think they could really sort of swing it in Turkey's favour. And I think they're going to need another Cav to turn up as well. You know, they got Colonel, they got Sarafa, but I think they need one more Cav to turn up. So I'm going to pick Colonel. I'll pick Colonel, Kefren, and Sarafa. I think they're the people to watch, because if they're playing well, I think Turkey will be playing well.
And what about for BeNe for both of you guys?
Well, obviously LaRue. He's always there. He's just a great player overall. He's insanely good at infantry as well, so it's not gonna be easy for the Turkish team to deal with him. Like CJ said earlier, you just can't really shut him down. So I think he's gonna have his imprint on this match. Maybe some of the lesser cap players, we know Caesar's been doing well. Maybe a guy like Sirkin or Watley to turn up as well for the second cap for BeNe to do well. And I don't know any in particular for BeNe, but probably I'll just say all of the inf. They really got to be there as well to just help those support classes play well. So one of the two Cav and of course LaRue.
I think I'll obviously have to echo LaRue. I mean, he's a beast. He's like probably the best archer player ever. But we know against UK he didn't have such a good game, so I think he really, if he doesn't show up, they're just going to lose straight up. I think I'll actually go with Watley as well, not because he's better than Caesar, but just because, you know, if he gets going as well, then they're going to have a couple of threats from the Cav lineup. And then my last is going to be Donna, because I think he's just a beast, and you know he can get so much work done in such short rounds, and I think he's going to be such a key player on the Turkish map. You know, if he goes huge, they can get, you know, even a lead on the Turk map naval outpost.
Looking at something else that I noticed, I don't think we touched on this yet, but Turkish ping compared to Belgium or Dutch ping. Like, BeNe's known to have really low pings. Turk's known to have relatively high pings. So how do you think that will play into it, CJ?
It shouldn't make a huge difference, should it? I mean, this is what's one of the problems with the lack of home and away system for America has been lately, because they're going into. It looks like the pings are moderately fair. It looks like, oh, Turkey, they're only 10 behind America, but the reality is they've played like this for like the last 5 years. They've been playing on European servers for that long, you know. So I don't think it's going to make a huge difference at all. I mean, Raiden up at 94, he plays in America with 200 and rips people's heads off. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, and I just don't think it's going to make a huge difference. And you know, they actually learn to play around it. You know, you got Menethil, he loves to kick, block, and it's infuriating as is to play against. It's effective. So I think we shouldn't worry about ping too much here. You know, Germany's about as far east as the servers go these days since Hungary got closed down. So I reckon ping shouldn't matter too much here. I think let's give the winner all the credit he deserves.
Right.
So let's go in talking about your guys' predictions for bait general tactics for both teams. We'll obviously open up with the first map. Turkey, which faction will Turkey be starting as on their map, Naval Outpost? Nords, right?
I think so. I think they're bottom faction.
Okay. So what do you think what would you predict from them as Nords? Do you think they'll go more infantry focused, or do you think they'll kind of more just play their overall balanced lineup? Or class setup, rather.
I think Turkey goes. The inf is relatively even, and I think even Turkey will understand that. But I think Turkey's going to go just for, like, just a basic, 2 cav, 2 archer, 4 inf, and they're just going to look to set up huge crossfires with their archers. And Naval Outpost is like just a wide open map. It's a closed map, but it just has huge alleys, and it's just like brimming with opportunity for archers to go huge. And obviously the cav, you get javelins, and javelins are strong even on infantry on that map. So I think they look for a basic loadout, but they're definitely going to look for big crossfires and big archer opportunities. I
completely agree. I think both teams, there's a few good infantry on display, but these are neither of these teams are like known for their infantry. So we're not going to be seeing 5 inf even on Nords. I doubt it. We could maybe BeNe have enough infantry strength and depth to do it. But I have a feeling they'll both, play around their strengths, which is their cav and their archers.
So you guys are both predicting 4 infantry, 2 archers, 2 infantry for both teams on both sets, regardless of faction?
I think so, yeah.
I believe so.
And now moving on to the second map, River Village, which is a very interesting map, I have to say, because it's not... as you mentioned, it's really big and open, but there's some, very kind of close off spaces on it. So a lot of potential for archers, and probably not as much for infantry, which will probably work great for these teams, as, like you said, neither one of them are known for their infantry. But do we know what BeNe is starting as on River Village?
They're going to be Rodox.
They're starting as Rodox, okay. So what do you think they'll do as Rodox?
I think it's hard to say. Like, Rodox is just such a poor faction in my opinion, and especially against Vagers, it's just so hard to compete with those slow firing crossbows against obviously the powerful bows of the Vagers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even infantry too. You have those relatively quick infantry with the scimitars, and those are just powerful. And of course, Vager Cav is renowned compared to Rodox Cav, which is
just bad.
I won't even it's just bad. So I don't know. Maybe something with a lot of crossbows could work. BeNe, I think they have the archers to do it, but I don't think cav or infantry, well, maybe even infantry, because the windmill flag spawn and the flag spawn within the village do play towards infantry strength. So, I mean, I'm assuming something unorthodox for Rodox. So maybe more inf, more crossbow, less cav.
I think more inf is a possibility. I think up to 3 inf maybe could happen. Any more than that, I think you're taking too many risks. But there's a chance, as you say, that windmill flag. If you get a bunch of inf around there, a couple of archers, some cav, you can play around that ridiculously large tree. I don't know who made that tree because it's just so big in the corner of the map. But you can send your little lads just running around there. And if you take that point, you do have a good shot on that one flag. But is that a bit of a gamble? I have a feeling both these teams, unless it's been a massacre, I have a feeling they'll both play pretty standard. And they'll both play very kitey. They'll both look to draw other people into their crossfires. They'll look to play around flags cleverly, and they'll look to, avoid conflict until the last moment, I think.
So, are either of you guys expecting anything interesting from Turkey, or do you think they'll just play as Vagers on River Village? Do you think they'll just play a very standard set? Probably, what would you guys say? Probably 2 infantry, 2 archers, 4 cavalry, or?
Yeah, something about that, right?
I'll see something simple like that. I don't think they have to try anything unorthodox. They might as well just keep it simple and just take their rounds against the simpleton Rodox. So,
because we don't know though. I mean, maybe when we leave naval outposts, maybe one of the team's cavs have just been crushed, and maybe they think they need to change it up. It's impossible to predict, but barring a massacre, I'd say both these teams take 4 cav, 2. I think probably.
I agree. Just play it safe. Just try and get your rounds as Vagers, because there's no point in trying something weird and losing to Rodox, which is just horrible.
Another player I'd quite quickly like to talk about actually is Thunderbeu. I'm not just being biased because he plays for my team. One thing I will say about him is he doesn't go missing in big matches. He just plays his game loads, and he's one of the BeNe players you can rely on that. Despite the occasion, and it's the NC final, it's one of the biggest things you can win in Warband. He's not going to choke, his hands won't be shaking. He'll hit his shots, he'll hit his couch lance. So I think he is another one to watch, even though I didn't think of him before.
Looks like both teams are now on the server, and the match is going to be starting momentarily. We just had reset, not live. It looks like we might get a preview of roughly what each team's lineups will look like. Also,
I'm gonna assume for BeNe on their map, they're gonna look probably to Till and LaRue for archers, and of course Caesar and maybe Sirkin or Wally for cav. The Imp, I'm not too sure, but as CJ mentioned before, definitely Kellerman and Donor. So that's what I think of BeNe.
I imagine Donner's going to be one of the ones. I'm pretty sure he'll probably play every set. Apart from that, I think Kellerman's definitely going to see a lot of rounds on this closed map, but I don't know how he's been playing on open, so I couldn't tell you.
Do either of you guys see any notable players missing from either team, or does it look like they both have their full lineups?
I
Looks
think all
fine.
teams have come,
Yeah.
with all their players.
Okay, because I know you were mentioning about if a couple people showed up, and looks like they're all here though.
So I think this BeNe squad that's in is actually probably going to stay in. And if you look at it, it's Watley, Caesar would be playing cavalry. Although maybe then you got T as well. He's been playing a lot of cavalry for them as well. So
I think you can positively run 3 cav on this map. It is quite big, and if you pick your fights correctly, then you could probably run it quite well.
big risk to take on the opening set of the NC of the final, though, isn't it?
I'd agree, but maybe you need something drastic to beat these Nords in the first round, right?
Yeah,
Like perhaps you win that first round and you switch them to Inf or something along those lines.
Could even be 3 archers, you know, like T's a good archer, Caius, LaRue, Watley, they can all play archer. Attila, sorry, not Watley. So yeah, difficult to call. I'm imagining Kellerman's going to get thrown in there.
Yeah, he's probably the one who's missing from that 7 right there.
I mean, unless they move, say, Caesar, or no, Watley Inf maybe. I'm calling Watley Inf.
You think so?
I think it's Donna, Watley, Kellerman, and Caius Inf, LaRue, Attila archers, and Caesar and T Cav. That's what I reckon.
I mean, on the Turkish side, no one's joined us yet, but
no. See if Watley can make any friends, as he's so good at doing.
yes, the champion of our community. I think this match is going to be exciting.
I hope so. I mean, the UK match was, even though I'm pretty down about it, you know, it was an exciting game. It's just such a shame the France one was just a shit show. Let's be honest. Like, it was just a slaughter. I mean, I'm shocked it was as close as it was, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, aside from Peter going off, you know, obviously being Peter, of course, great player, the match was relatively disappointing, and of course, a lot of drama going on between the servers and pings, etc. Big delays, so.
Well, you know, we can trust on Paolo to give us some good old-fashioned drama and some server shenanigans every now and again, can't we?
Any advantage, must take it.
Yeah, but the problem is if you do that and then you lose, you look like a dickhead.
Yeah. All that nonsense for nothing, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah. But going back to Watley, you know, at least in his favour, he's not Fieta, so
Ooh.
It could be worse, couldn't it? It could always be worse.
Ouch. And it looks like BeNe is gonna, I think, putting in their lineup.
Serkan in instead of Kellerman.
Ooh.
No.
Leader.
Boo!
Please,
Get Serkan out of there.
Is this it?
Yeah, go.
Serkan, no, get Serkan out of the lineup. Come on.
Let's be real. Come on.
Yeah.
See you later, Serkan. I know
This is
you're a great
interesting.
guy, I'm sure, but please.
Mm-hmm.
Kellerman's gonna sit.
He can't. I don't think he will.
On this map of all maps, like
I don't think he will. I think
seriously, Watley over him, or Serkan over him. Oh my god.
The thing is, they got enough cabin already. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be playing. BeNe's in spec. Sorry, Kellerman's in spec. So
I'm confused.
Actually, I forgot to confirm who's going to be doing the calling for BeNe.
I'm not sure.
I
think it's Caesar, isn't it?
Is it Caesar? I mean, there's the people who can call there is what Caesar and Watley can both call.
I believe so.
Probably Caesar, I'd say.
I think I was talking to a couple people the other day, and they mentioned how BeNe, they were in BeNe's TeamSpeak for one of the matches. I think it was just one of their practice matches, and they mentioned how BeNe is they almost kind of don't have a caller. Like, they have one, but for the most part, just all the players more or less know where they need to go, and it's very much they're just very used to playing with each other for the most part, and they just kind of mesh well. That they pretty much don't have a it's not a caller in the sense of what most teams you expect from most teams, who they're going to be calling all the shots. It's more of kind of the word the person described was actually like almost democratic in a sense.
I find that. I mean, are you sure what's not happening is Watley's calling, they lose 2 rounds, everyone starts swearing at each other, and then
that might. I'm not sure. This is all secondhand. That is, I mean, it strikes me as strange. That idea of that working just kind of seems odd to me because I've never really personally seen that to work well. But I don't know.
And that's tough to develop over years in smaller team games. Like, I can't imagine this BeNe team or something like.
Yeah.
I just got some info, and it is actually Watley and T who
Okay.
all for it.
Okay.
Awesome.
And Raiden, I take it, for Turkey.
Yeah, most likely.
Can't see anyone else who's ever called for anyone.
Yeah, I don't believe so either. I think Raiden is the man, though. He's the one you want.
Yeah, he is. You know, he's very few people with so much experience at top level warband calling. You know, on both sides of the pond. Does he ever call for any of the American TMW teams? You know?
I believe he has before. He's called for Team W, yes. And obviously he's had success in America as well, so.
One thing I will say is, though, when he was calling for Kerwa in the last tournament, it did see a slight dip in his kills, I'd say. I mean, Benedetto more than picked up for it, but you know, maybe it can take an edge off your performance. I think calling for people, especially for cavalry and archers. I think
He took it over from Sotomersu, I believe.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. After he was banned for pink javelins.
Yeah, we know the struggle, man. And,
Yeah.
We felt the wrath.
Well, you weren't missing much with Harris, really, were you? So. Sorry. He's a nice guy. I'm sorry. That was me.
For Aries.
Be careful, he's going to be adminning UNAC 6, so CJ, if you ever wanted to get in on that NA tournament, you might get banned if you keep badmouthing the admin.
I'm fed up of getting knocked down in the semis, mate. I'm not joining UNAC anymore. I've had enough,
tournaments.
Yeah.
I've had enough.
Hey, I don't think WK will compete in this one.
That'll be interesting.
Maybe I can
fly through.
get Oodle, recruit him.
Take him back.
The problem is, didn't this happen before, and like TMW and WK just formed some grim super team and just shit them everywhere?
Yeah, the Kingdom of Black Tide.
That was just horrendous.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Thanks,
respect
Black
for
Tide.
winning, of course, but that was just grim.
Yeah, that's actually been pretty standard for most of the tournaments in the NA scene, except for the first few UNACs and some of the tournaments before them. I wasn't really a part of the tournament scene until UNAC came along, so I can't speak to the earlier tournaments, but the first couple of UNACs, it was, you had a few teams. You had Valiants, BKS, WK, TMW.
And GA, we finished in the...
Right, and GA. GA was the closest we had to like a super team, but that was just because it was made up of multiple different, European, whoever you can have who could play at the times, because those... Yeah. But...
That's one thing people need to remember, like, about those European super teams. It's nearly always... It's called a European super team, but in reality, it's like a French, BeNe, Scandinavian, and UK team. Because you just can't. You know, you're not going to have your Russians, you're not going to have... Even Germans are tough.
Yeah.
So... But yeah.
Well, anything east of the Atlantic is European to Americans, so it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's fair because it is all the EU. It's just we can't. When you make these
it is true. It is true.
Yeah.
But the last couple UNAC tournaments we have had pretty much everyone had at least one team that was pretty much like an all-stars team almost.
Bit of a shame, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is what it is. You know, it's the other. It can be disappointing for the kind of more lower to medium tier teams. But at the end of the day, even if those super teams weren't formed, they're still. I mean, it always comes down. There's always going to be one top dog. You know, very rarely is there ever like 2 or 3 teams that are all really close, and it could go back and forth. I think the closest we had was KOA and WK, I believe. Didn't KOA beat WK in the finals for... I don't remember which one that was.
I believe he's UNAC 3, but even that matchup was a bit lopsided. I mean, I think it even comes down, over the course of history, of course, KOA did manage to beat him like 12-11 or something like that. So barely a victory, of course, but it is obviously a victory. But I mean, you look at the whole history. I mean, WK's really been dominant.
Way bigger team, yeah.
Yeah, they've been dominant for a long time.
I think he just attributed though to like player base. There's just not enough players. But actually, we're gonna get going live right now. So
all right, here we go.
Paying attention to that, but here we go. Looking over. Oh, Yeah, looking over at the BeNe side, they're gonna Kellerman's coming in this time around. Wally and Caesar, I believe, gonna be, or no, T's gonna be on Cav. Donor, Kellerman, Caius is gonna be Archer. Caesar's gonna be Imp. Leroux's gonna be Archer, and they're actually running 3 Archers. Attila, who's the other one? Caius and Leroux are gonna be Archers. They're gonna run 2 Cav and 3 Imp. And looking over at the Turkish side, Raiden, of course. Methil is gonna be Infantry. That's 1 Archer, I believe, and 1 Cav, and 6 Imp. So.
No, Turkey has 2 cavalry. It's Tyke and Sir Arthur, and then Raiden though is solo archer. I would have expected at least 2 archers.
CJ, what do you think, man? Like, what's going on with these teams?
Oh well, that's a spanner in the works of what we've been saying, isn't it? Like, with panel of idiots. It's difficult to call, you know. I think this is now going to come down to the flag spawn, you know. If they have to run 5 Imp into a savage crossfire of great archers, Turkey are just going to get wrecked. But you know, if they can find them in one of the alleys in one of the enclosed spaces, the BeNe Imp isn't going to last very long. When you're outnumbered against Axes, it's just terrible. So you know, I think they're going to need at least 1 or 2 of their archers to jump in to melee if they're not in a crossfire. I mean, I actually say this: if they got 2 Cav, I'd say this actually favours Turkey a bit, unless it spawns on the boat. And there it does.
Yep, there it is. On the
boat. Is it safe to say this round goes to BeNe?
I don't think I'd count Turkey out just yet.
It's going to be tough, though. Yeah,
they're going to have to push into a really bad crossfire because, BeNe can set up anywhere they want right now.
And Turkey don't have a crossfire at all either, do they? I mean, they just can't have one.
Archer.
But the jabs, you know, the jabs can open it up.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be firing in on the infantry. Gordio's going to try and lead the charge here, but I mean, it looks like they're going to want to go pick off Caius in the corner. And this is a good idea, maybe. He's right behind the rock. That'll defend them from Leroux, but Caius going to back
looks
up.
like they might be sending 1 infantry off by himself to deal with Attila. Yeah, it looks like Menethil is going to go for Attila. Ooh, Attila got a arrow or something in him. He's at half health. Leroux also got shot.
Yeah, that's an arrow. He's hit, and the fight's going to begin over here. Kelman with the spear out, fighting against the BeNe. Oh, I'm not alone goes down to Caius there. Fight's beginning. Sir Arthur goes down as well. Caesar and Attila, though, it's tied up. 6 versus 6. Kefren's still in the fight, still in the mix. Donor almost going down. Only has a javelin now. He's fighting the javelin melee. Gordios and Kellerman go down, along with Tyke. Pendragon goes down. It looks like BeNe's going to take this round.
That's a double kill for Gordios and a double kill for Watley.
Donor no shield, though, throwing jabs. Leroux goes down, and it's a 3v3. It's not over just yet. Menethil and Kefren on the flag. Wally goes down to Raiden. Oh,
what
man, good job from Raiden there. And Turkey turned from what looked like somewhat of a bad moment to a good one. Caius goes down. It's only Donor left. Yeah, they're just going to fight each other, Raiden. Trying to hill spam each of them. Oh, the outrange moves. Picks up the kill on Raiden.
Too late to win the round,
unfortunately. Yeah, it's too late anyways. Menethil on the flag, putting it up. Kefren going to go for the, I believe. Donor just going to wisely back up.
Ooh.
Oh, almost got him there.
I think that Donor clutch blocking with his javelins out pretty swag.
Yeah, that was actually fantastic.
Did keep him out of the fight for too long, I think, when he was looking for a shield as well. So he couldn't go to help the rest of his players who were getting fucked up, really. But a bit of a throw, would you say, from BeNe?
Watley getting killed by Raiden there was pretty bad. I think he could have been more effective if he actually went to help the Imp. But, yeah.
Well, yeah, it would be more effective than dying.
Yeah, of course.
Did he not see Raiden then? Because it looked like he was getting on a new horse or something. I didn't quite catch it.
I'm not sure. I believe Raiden just
terrible.
scouted. Yeah. But I don't think it's too much of a throw, more or less just Turkey kept in it. I mean, maybe BeNe thought they had it at that point when they were up by 1, and then they just kind of got too relaxed, and then Menethil got the kill on the root, which was actually quite big.
And credit to Turkey, they did a really good job with the way they approached that.
Yeah,
they sent Menethil to go deal with one of the archers, and then they all pushed from one angle, so they kind of negated the crossfire as much as they possibly could. Looks like both teams are setting up here in this side area. Oh, what do you guys call this?
I call
it scenic, usually.
We call it Zora's Domain.
Legend of Zelda?
Yeah, it's like the little water realm with the little fountain and stuff. Look at it. Yeah, good name, innit?
I like it. We'll use it in NA.
Ooh, Raid just got shot there from the side. That was a good shot by Attila.
Definitely the advantage to BeNe right now. They have a huge crossfire set up. The flag's right there, and then this is just a struggle for the Turkish imp to like fight against this.
Menethil's coming around as well.
Yeah, if I was Turkey right now, I just want to go after those imp and LaRue and get him out of the fight. Menethil though, really a man on a mission, going all alone against these guys.
Brave, the brave warrior.
Yeah.
Though Attila has a spear and a shield.
He's gonna get stopped. Take a hit from Menethil there. Menethil doing well. The fight's gonna be in Gordios. Oh, Kellerman goes down at Gordios. Good hit there. And BeNe may be in a bit of trouble right now. They already down an imp. It's 5 imp versus 2. Donor loses his shield. Gordios gonna push through. Menethil actually goes down to Attila though. That's their solo imp, but Attila goes down to Tyke. Nice kill there. Gordios gonna be fighting in the corner against Caius and LaRue. Both their archers are now out of the fight. Raiden goes down, Donor goes down though, and now not much imp left for BeNe, and I think they could be in trouble here. Caius goes down to Tyke. Waldy, nice kill on Pendragon. But I think it's looking grim for BeNe. LaRue goes down. Only Watley, T, and Caesar left. Watley trying to get a hit there. Misses, hits the shield. Gordios fighting off. Caesar's still alive. Tyke goes down to Watley actually, but Caesar goes down as well. And only Watley and T left. Watley and T both dismounted right now. Oh, a TK from T. And there you go, he goes down with the bump.
I think we really need another imp. We need another infinite. We really do.
Yeah, BeNe's in trouble without that imp.
But then they got armor now. Do you just go all in and take another cav or something? Because I mean, again, now you take an extra imp, but are you really doing much damage to all those mailed Nord armor? I don't think so.
Yeah, scimitars have a hard time getting to the metal armor.
I think the trouble that BeNe wasn't expecting was Menethil's effectiveness to go off alone. Like, he may have died, but he did have Attila's attention for almost the majority of, like, I don't know what I'd call it, the initiation by Turkey. So he wasn't really there to help. And then, you know, by the time Menethil died, they'd already killed Kellerman, and they already had the advantage.
And that place is just, Zora's Domain's too small for a 3-point crossfire to be effective. So I sort of feel like, you know, they had LaRue and another archer quite close together who weren't really contributing enough. So I really think an extra inf or something would help. But actually, I think maybe keeping it and gambling on this flag again, on the boat, maybe that's the best call right now.
Gordius, though, coming up huge for Turkey right now, Zimp.
6-1.
Yeah.
A beast.
Menethil also 3-1. Worth noting that he hasn't gotten as many kills, but he's been really effective in shutting down one of the archers. Like you guys said, going off by himself.
Menethil's been doing a good job as well, especially playing with him. He's an archer, and he's really holding his own.
Something to note is there's only 2 Turkish imp in male at the moment, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's actually not too bad right now. Tyke is neither upgraded. I don't believe Sir Arthur has some minor armor for a cav. Turkish side not too upgraded, but they're actually gonna get the flag right here, and this is looking grim for BeNe.
It's tough. This will be.
Oh, nice killer instinct foot shot there on Caius. That's just awful there. Raiden putting his impact, shooting this. What is this? Isn't this called LaRue, I believe? The Euros call it.
This is just horrible.
Yeah.
It's just horrible. It's
he's
grim.
imposing his will, man.
Oh, and they're rushing out here and they're looking at
Turkey's not even gonna let him come close to the flag, and I think this is the right move right here. Oh my goodness, Tyke and Sir Arthur, we're gonna get their takedown Caius there with 2 couches, and the Turkish imp is just gonna go to town on these BeNe imp. Donor getting put down there and Raiden finishing him off. Raiden actually goes down though to T, and that's no more archers left for Turkey. Wally gonna get pressured by LaRue's gonna get pressured by Sir Arthur there, and it looks like he's gonna go down. Attila and T go down. Kefren actually goes down to Watley though. It's not over just yet, but actually now I believe it is. Kellerman goes down to Menethil. It's only Caesar, LaRue, and Watley left. Pendragon goes down to Caesar. Actually only a 5v3. BeNe could do this. Menethil going to take a hit there. I'm not alone coming in to help Menethil take down Watley. Or, I keep saying Watley. LaRue. And now it's only Watley left, and there you go. The 3-0 for Turkey.
Savaged.
Yeah, definitely. I believe Turkey did that so well.
I think they've got. It's just been a blunder to take that many archers. I don't think you can do that anymore. You know, maybe in 2012, but not anymore. Maybe on this map. Maybe on this map we can take 3 archers.
Ruins, yeah.
It just didn't work, did it? And by the time they could have changed it up, the armor was out of control, and there's just no point changing it up anymore. Maybe another cav. The cav was doing some work. You know, Watley had a great set. Give it to him. but they needed more inf on the ground. But maybe they'll learn their lesson here, and it's not unbelievable to say they win this 3-0. You know, Nords are the better faction.
I believe I'm pretty sure I was, when I first saw Turkey's lineup or composition, I thought that's a bit odd, but I definitely think it worked out in their favor. Those 3 archers, or the 3 inf more in particular, I believe, they just couldn't compete with those 5 inf. And as soon as one of them went down, it was like dominoes because you just have no one left. So I think Turkey played that very well.
5v3 is always tough, but say your Vegas versus Swadians, you're something like that, you know, you can hold your shield up, you can backpedal, maybe you can make it work, you know, you can wait for your archers to pick up the kills. Versus Nords, that's just suicide, you know, you're gonna be blocking, your shield's gonna go, you're gonna be blocking 2 people, and you're gonna have Cav coming in from behind. You got to give them more to work with than that, I think. Unless your archers are going to be unreal, and they weren't really. I wouldn't say they weren't unreal at all. You know, they didn't actually probably underperformed. So I think they really needed to take an extra infantry there just to give them a chance. You know, I think you need to match Nords, or at least sort of outperform them massively in the other 2 departments.
I think when we talked earlier about shutting down archers, we actually did see Menethil do a good job of shutting them down with his solo pushes, and pretty much LaRue got shut down as well, because once that like wall of imp falls, he can't shoot no more. And then as soon as the imp pushes him, he just has to resort to melee, and then obviously the 5 imps going to defeat him. So I think Turkey just shut down who they need to shut down.
It's quite a bit of a catch-22, because it's like they take more archers, but in reality you need more infantry for your archers to do their work. You know, archers need something to shoot, and what we saw there is, you know, Raiden had things to shoot, you know, because he had infantry in front of him, creating openings in front of him so he can shoot into that fight. Whereas BeNe, there's not really many openings for them, you know. There's 2 people quite close together because you can't have a 3-point crossfire, and then there's Attila being pushed by Menethil, who's shutting him down completely. So there's no real room for, you know, your LaRue and Caius to do the shooting except on that first round.
Rian live.
And here we go now. Turkey's going to be on Vagers. BeNe is going to be on Nords, and we'll see how this one goes. Hopefully, or not hopefully, but I won't take any sides right now, but let's see if BeNe can take that 3-0 and tie it up.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say we're rooting for BeNe right now because, you know, we always like the match. We like the matches to be as close as possible.
I want it to go down to the wire.
Yeah, it's more exciting that way. It makes the team sweats.
On another RIP France 2016, do we? Come on. We can't have it. Not again. Not again. Give us something to watch, for God's sake.
But looking at the comps now, Menethil's going to be back on Archer. BeNe pushing forward. Menethil maybe got out. He's going to be fine. He's going to run back.
Both teams have mirrored lineups, 4 infantry, 2 archers, 2 infantry for each.
That's a huge foot shot on I'm Not Alone there. Of course, who is it shooting there? Yep. Who would have guessed it? It's LaRue shooting from LaRue. But it's also going to be a Tillon Archer along with LaRue, and then it's going to be Watley and the other Cav T? Yeah. Kai's going to be playing Inf.
He's inverse gimmicker.
Ah.
So quick.
Fieta.
Wow, come on. Something like that. I think he's been doing it for quite a while, actually. But I expect a lot of, you know, twisting, turns, spinning around, making an idiot of yourself, that sort of business. It's quick, but you do look like a chump.
I don't even know where the Turkish team's set up right now.
Trebuchet, for the most part. The archers are split off on either side. Raiden was taking a couple shots over on the... where the flag now is, at BeNe. I don't think he got any hits.
By Scenic. And BeNe already has the setup here, and maybe this plays to BeNe's favor. They have a decent crossfire. They now have the imp to compete. We'll see how it goes. Menethil and Gordios going alone to the right inside the tunnels. They're going to have a fight with Kellerman and Attila, I believe. See who wins this little quick engagement. But the flag's already going up. Wally going to come through. Just gonna look at him. Going to go for the bump lance. Misses. Other BeNe Cavs in there too. And I think this is a good move from BeNe right now. They're going to pressure these in. Oh my, though. Sir Arthur coming in huge. And Attila goes down. And wow, this paid off for Turkey big time. They just took down an archer and an imp. And now the flag fight has begun. The Turkish infantry moving in. Oh, but a nice javelin from T to kill Tyke. Watley goes down though to Raiden. Beautiful headshot. The fight's beginning. Kefren going in on LaRue. LaRue holding his own though. Oh, but an awful TK from Caesar killing Donor. Oh, but a TK comes back now. Gordios takes out I'm Not Alone. But in the corner, LaRue, not much he can do. It's a 3 versus 5. T goes down. It's 2 versus 5. LaRue in the corner. Oh, but he's stuck up there. Pendragon misses the kick because of it. Find the flag. Caius eventually goes down, and now LaRue is pretty much just left to die here. The kick, the kill, and there you go. Turkey takes the first round on Vegas, and now they're up 4-0.
Wanted to give a shout out to Sir Arthur there. Amazing cav play. He's 4-0 after that first round. Got a triple kill right there at the end. Just really amazing cavalry work from him.
It sort of feels since the first round that BeNe haven't really been in much of the rounds. You know, there hasn't been many close fights. It's all been one or two people getting picked off at the start, and then it just slowly collapsing. I want to see him, you know, all up a bit longer. Give your good players a chance to actually do some work. You know, if Donna's alive for a bit longer and he's not horribly outnumbered, he can get a few kills. But they need to give him a chance to do it, because at the moment he hasn't got a chance to do it.
I think it was just huge though that Turkey managed to kill Attila and Kellerman there. It's like, wow, we've already lost 2 of our players with, you know, this cunning plan we set up, and then it's like, well, fuck. It's like, you know, we're down 2, down an imp, and probably one of the better imp, second or best imp on that team. So it's harsh.
Don't choke, please.
Yeah.
Get the next kill.
I think one of the big problems is BeNe isn't letting their archers position to take early shots. You have really amazing archers who can get those foot shots and stuff, but right now they're just sitting here not doing anything.
If they win the next one, it's going to be pretty tragic. Let's be real.
Flag spawns on BeNe. This is their chance to make something happen here. They're going to be able to set up a crossfire on flag. Kind of might be able to recreate from last set when Turkey pushed out here.
It looks like they're not going to do it though. Oh, is that Pendragon taking a foot?
I think he,
it's an arrow, yeah. I thought it was
he did
javelin.
2 foot shots in a row.
Yeah.
Nice stab through there though.
BeNe not really pushing out as early as Turkey did, but they've got some nice tags, and there you go. Not alone goes down to Watley. Gordios loses his shield. Kefren goes down, and BeNe kind of running away with it right now. Pendragon goes down to a TK from Sir Arthur. Gordios raiding Sir Arthur, and this is going to be a sweep, I think. Menethel's the only one left.
Beautiful.
There you go. BeNe sweeps it in seconds.
Watley was brilliant there. I mean, he went in, he got a kill, and then he did an underrated thing that you see a lot of all-star cav don't really do so much, because they just want to, you know, I want to get the bump stab, I want to get the bump thrust. He just knocked Raiden clean over and let Donna pick up the pieces after. Superb play by Watley there.
Yeah, he just stopped them from retreating into the tunnel. He just stood there, and then the Turkish imp couldn't move back. Looking at the BeNe gear, do any of them have mail yet, or
Attila does. He's the only one that I see.
LaRue does.
That's a little disappointing. The 2 archers are the guys with mail.
Well, actually, looking at all the BeNe imp, they have those nice helmets now. So, I mean, you'll be surprised how much a helmet gets you glances against skims.
Infantry is underperforming, I'd say, for at the moment for BeNe. I want to see him, you know, get a bit more done now.
I definitely agree. I think the Turkish imp is just being really there right now. Guys like Pendragon, Gordios, Kefren, of course, pretty much all of them have been there and been playing well. Both teams going to bide their time.
What do you think BeNe will need to do if the flag spawns on boat?
Well, I think we're already seeing it happening right now. I mean, look at BeNe move up. They're predicting this is going to happen, so they just want to be there quick. And honestly, they're not much further from the boat than Turkey is. So, like some second thoughts. They're gonna
how many rounds do you think BeNe need to get here to be in the next map properly?
I'd say they'd need to win it 3-1. Yeah.
3-1. Yeah.
And then you gotta hope you win around on Rodox, or else it's over. Like, I think if Turkey wins more, then it becomes very, very difficult for BeNe to win this. But it's gonna begin. Raiden gonna be taking shots. Both archers gonna be taking shots. Raiden just slightly misses a headshot on Attila. Gordio's quite a bit back. He's with Menethil protecting him, but neither team really doing much. And we actually see T. He's not gonna be fighting. He's just gonna sit on the flag. I don't know if this is the right move. He's gonna remount now. Go into the fight. Caesar being pushed back by both Pendragon and Kefren. He's gonna split off Dr. Dorn, breaking his shield there. T coming in, Sir Arthur coming in, Gordios goes down, Sir Arthur goes down, Menethil goes down now. That's 3 down for Turkey, but it's not over just yet. T goes down, Kefren goes down, and maybe it's over now. It's a 4v7. There you go, I'm Not Alone goes down. And just not much left. Luru picks up the kill on Tyke, Pendragon goes down to Donor. And all you got left is Raiden in the corner fighting off Caius.
I think Caesar played very well then, you know. He was under a lot of pressure, and I mean, the way he's spinning around, he looks like Bambi on ice, but I mean, it's working. And he's managed to pick up that kill, and he's got that jump kill on Sir Arthur, really important kill. I think he played excellently there.
Now we're starting to see lots of melee armor coming out for BeNe.
We see the whole BeNe team pimped out, so... Except for T, he's still got the blue tunic. Unfortunately. And BeNe now, they know they have their advantage, and they're just looking to get kills now, and maybe they catch out Raiden here. But the whole Turkish team is hiding around the corner. And this could be bad.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Oh, I love this right now. Half the BeNe still in their javelins, though. Finally switching out to normal weapons. Oh, Arthur's going to get stopped. Maybe Arthur goes down here, survives. Menethil saves him by hitting... I don't know what that was.
Raiden gets the first kill.
Oh my god, Caesar goes down as well, and maybe Turkey pulls this out. They're up 2. Kellerman goes down, and now the Turkish imp is just slaughtering the BeNe imp. Attila with a bad TK there on Caius. And wow, the Turkish imp outplayed them in a mainly imp versus imp engagement. Attila goes down, Dr. Donor goes down, T goes down, and it's just a sweep for Turkey. And there you go, the imp versus imp engagement, and Turkey runs away with it.
I think that's going to be very demoralizing for BeNe. They had the armor advantage and everything, and that just... I also think they got a little overconfident because they weren't worried about getting ambushed right there.
Well, here's
run away.
I think what really happened is, if you notice at the start of each round, Menethil's just stood there, and the Cav has come by, and they looked at him, right? But then this time they're like, hey, we got all this armor, let's just go get him right now, right? And I think Turkey, just with killer instinct there, they just know that they're going to come around. They have the entire team set up there, and then as soon as those Cav make the call, like, hey, you know, Menethil's here alone again, or Raiden's here alone again, let's go get him. The Turkish team was just ready for that.
That's the AE special, that is. Win your first 2 rounds and just steam in with armor and get slaughtered. At least we know we're not using wallhack, though, eh?
Yeah.
Very true.
Blissfully unaware, so.
That's really smart, though. Brilliant calling by Raiden. Got to give it to him. That's fantastic play.
Using his knowledge of what he knew from having past rounds, that's just brilliant calling right there.
You can't run away. It's such a big mistake that when you're as infantry running backwards, you get caught by so much stuff. Like, you can get shot more easily. You can't really fight back properly. As soon as they saw him there, the probably the best solution was probably, yeah, fuck, let's just go. Yeah, come on then. Let's just run straight back in and trade for them pound for pound. But instead they sort of run backward, lost the kill, got a team kill, and it sort of petered out. I think you just got to go ham there, you know, just go in and try and body them. But
especially as Nords when they had the armor.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're not going to be able to outrun them. Walking backwards, they're going to catch you anyway, especially in the armor and stuff.
I think, though, right there what we saw is the Turkish imp just outclasses the BeNe imp in a pure imp-v-imp engagement. There wasn't really much help from either of the supports. I saw Arthur come in, but he got stopped, but the Turkish imp really just mauled them. The Fly's going to spawn on the boat. T going to be throwing jabs. Not going to land many, I believe. Not that I can see. And Turkey's just going to push them back right now. They're pressuring. Caesar, Caius go down. This is just brilliant work from Turkey right here. The Cav putting in great work. Wally going to get stopped. He's going to go down. T coming in with a couch. Picks up a nice kill on Kefren. No stops there. But Donor goes down. And really, Turkey just running away with it now. T goes down as well. LaRue, Kellerman. And yeah, Turkey taking their advantage. And now they're just using it. And there you go. 3-2 for Turkey on Vager's side. After being down 2-0. Or was it 2-0 or 2-1?
2-1.
I think it was 2-1. That's harsh. I believe if I'm BeNe right now, it's like, wow, we had that and we kind of just threw it.
Yeah, I mean, they've just got their egg kicked in, haven't they, really? I mean, that's tough that's a tough loss. I mean, they are going into their map.
But they are starting as Rodox, right?
The mighty kingdom of Rodox.
They're going to be Rodox to start.
That's going to be really hard.
So it's like, looking at the score right now, it is 6-2. So they can only allow 2 rounds to Turkey if they want to win this. So you have to just win the set as Rodox. This is something I'm going to put into realistic perspective. you're not gonna 3-0 with Rodox. Yeah, the best I'd like, and this is a stretch in my opinion. 3-2 is Rodox, then you 3-0 is Vagers. Like, can they do it?
Do we give them? Do we say it makes a huge difference? You know, they did pick this map. They do probably know it quite well. I think it is a risk though, because as I was saying before, Koa played this map a lot when they're being commanded by Raiden, and I think they were pretty good at it. In fact, they kicked AE's head in on it. So,
I believe Kerr was playing a lot, and from what I've heard from Turkish players, they played this a lot just in practice as well. So, like, I don't even know if BeNe really has the advantage or not on this map.
I think we shouldn't really be saying that anyway, should we? We need to be hyping BeNe, you know.
Right, we gotta be hyping it.
Their natural synergy with the Kingdom of Rodox, you know, it was meant to be match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Though I do have to question, why did they choose Rodox, do you think?
I don't.
Oh, that's right.
I believe it was fixtures.
That's right.
It's fixtures.
Ignore me.
That's
It's an
right.
unfortunate fixture choice. Oh, some cringeworthy Aliopa.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's a shame we can't have the usual happy hardcore 90s dance music to go with it. But...
Just playing in the background. Oh man.
Can you sort us out, Darren? Some Bass Hunter.
While I do have the music, unfortunately for copyright reasons, I can't play it on stream.
Right, we'd get in trouble.
Yeah.
It's alright. Another day.
Another day, another stream, another channel. My personal one where I don't care as much.
I mean, I think it's possible, but honestly, I do think BeNe has better open map cav, or at least
Sirkin is going in.
I mean, Sirkin is I believe he's a good VCAV player. I mean, he always kills me whenever I play in Europe, but that could be attributed to my 184 ping I currently have right now.
He's also very aggressive as a cavalry player, usually.
Yeah.
So if Turkey, knowing that, which I'm sure at least some of the Turkey players will, they might be able to try and bait him into being super aggressive and then take him out early on. And I know that is a problem that Sirkin has, is that he has been baited into getting into a bad situation and end up dying, or at least getting dismounted or something like that.
Yep, he could get punished.
We've got Sigs coming in as well as cavalry, I think.
And we see cavalry as well, I believe.
He's got his little Tash and Peter shield. He's doing his best impression. We'll see if he takes a Corsair as well, and then we'll know. You know, the white the white flash.
Currently
he
a
arrived.
poor impression.
Yeah, well, yeah. He wouldn't be seen on a brown horse, would he?
Yeah, never. Well, actually, we saw Peter use the Hunter against France.
He messaged me.
France against Turkey, yeah.
He sent me a message during that, said, "I'm so ashamed."
I mean, I guess it's just the call to arms that you require a brown horse. The white horse just isn't, applicable to the situation.
I know, but I mean, I don't know why he's done it for France. You know, the amount of times we've said, "Nay, take the brown horse, mate." It's a closed map. Your Corsair's not going to help you, and you turn around after you spawned, and he's riding off into the distance with his stupid Corsair, and then he kills like 10 people, and you're like, "Oh god." Doesn't mean you're right.
Every single time I try, I just die, man. At least in the closed map.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Because we play a lot of our infantry sometimes is cavalry on open maps at the moment. Well, about a year ago, and we all just started taking Corsairs just because Pete was, and it's just pissing off our callers so much. Like, just getting our heads kicked in by good players. Like,
all right, re-end live.
And here we go. I mean, BeNe's on the line right here. It's do or die. This is when the clutch players come out. We'll see if BeNe's up to the moment. Yeah, Turkey's comp right now. Menethil gonna be Archer. Kefren on Inf. Raiden on Inf. And Pendragon.
This is surely not live.
I don't believe actually. No one's actually coming.
It can't be.
Did they say re-live? Oh no, it was re-NL.
Okay.
Oh, if you notice, Kefren has an Alpike. I think dropped to him by Pendragon, so that'll be interesting to see how he uses it.
I'd have to be a bit salty if I had to drop an all pike just for another inf.
It's expensive.
It's
Like
like, well,
300
why?
gold.
It's a lot of money.
I don't know how he got it, honestly. Like, can Pendragon get an all pike and still drop a shield and still get a skim?
I'm
Well,
taking
actually,
it,
they
someone's... Cav's dropping him a sword, I reckon.
Yeah.
Dropping him a simmy, and then... But wouldn't you just want to keep it yourself?
I think so, honestly. Who knows? Maybe Kefren's better with spear than him.
Official spearman.
Yep. Turkey ready now. It's gonna go live.
Need a
Here
big
we go.
performance here.
Possibly the deciding set, or this is the deciding set, really. We'll see how it goes. The hype right now. It's now or never. So here we go.
We're seeing 4 cavalry, 2 crossbows, 2 infantry from BeNe, and exact same lineup from Turkey: 2 infantry, 2 archers, 4 cavalry.
So BeNe's not gonna try anything special. LaRue's gonna have spear though, that warp sphere for that added survivability. But I mean, do you think Rodox will win it with a basic lineup?
Hopefully.
I'm hoping as well, but
Probably
I mean,
not.
I think you need something drastic at this point.
It is their map. Come on, let's until we see
Right.
what they're going to do, what they're capable of. And you know, maybe they get this flag swan, get the Aliopa going, the chant rising in their TS, and maybe we don't know what they're capable of. Maybe they can
Loud
turn this around.
Aliopas. The
You know, having one guy screaming over TeamSpeak can actually boost morale a lot. You'd be surprised.
lower the morale of the enemies. If only there's in-game chat, right?
Yeah.
Based on proximity.
Oh, that would be hilarious. All of a sudden, you just
Same-
hear
same
like a
like you're
ton of
sitting, you're
screaming
still
across the map.
Yeah, you spawn and all you hear is like, oh, they hope, like in the, like a little quiet voice, and as you get closer, it gets louder and
It's
louder.
louder, yeah. Hitting their spears on the ground. Aliopa, Aliopa, Aliopa. Alas.
The intimidation factor.
Come on, we gotta... Not because I want them to win, just because I want to see a good match, so come on, let's do this.
Come on, BeNe.
Unfortunately, you do
It's
not
not
get
a good
the flag
start.
spawn. Yeah, it's looking a bit rough right now. We'll see how it goes. And I think BeNe's going to get baited, maybe. Raiden acting as the bait, I believe. Turkish imp hiding right behind the building. I mean, is it bad if BeNe just runs into their imp right now? And I personally think it is.
Maybe it's their best shot of actually fighting the info.
Right in the open. I don't know where Menethil is now. He's actually behind the tree. Cow's going to go and try and pressure him. To no avail, I believe. Who's that dismounted already? That's going to be Caesar dismounted, and he's going to take an arrow in the back. Another Cav stop, T down. Caesar dead, and not looking too good for the BeNe boys. T dismounted, T killed by Sir Arthur, and Sig's going down as well. Sirkin killed by a beautiful headshot from Menethil. The imp just fall. Oh, but Kefren TK Sir Arthur. Oh my. Killing the sweep there. LaRue, beautiful headshot from Raiden, taking him down. Colonel coming in, not going to be able to kill him, but he's going to bump to the ground. Tyke going for the overhead bump slash, missing. Caius left to try and survive to get a kill. What can he really do? Taking 2 hits there.
Well,
I'm
gets a
not
team
gonna
kill.
TK Kefren, but
Where were
So, I
you
mean-
when BeNe kill? Where were you when they were dead? Their corpse floating down the river. Their dreams shattered and the Aliopa broken.
oh
It's
man.
looking bad.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is just Rodox. This is what happens.
BeNe's got to come back and win every round. I'm calling it now. They're going to win every round from here on out.
To
for
win
the
by
victory.
1.
Yeah, to win 8-7. Actually, I had a lot of people predicting in the stream chat before the match started. A lot of people were saying 8-7, but being more realistic and less hopeful, I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean,
It's
we can
possible.
hope.
It's
We can
possible.
hope for the. Is the Aliopa strong enough?
No, the Aliopa is... It's in many ways it's like a piece of string. You don't know how long or how powerful an Aliopa is. It depends on the power of the
my
soul
God.
who's saying it.
Some days it's as strong as a rope. The other, nothing but a mere little strain. What's it looking like today, CJ?
It's not looking good, is it? It's looking like when you rummage around in your pocket and you pull out a bit like it's some biscuit and some fluff, and you pull out. It's like, is that Aliopa?
It's looking a bit like lint, is what you're saying.
BeNe's banking heavily on the windmill flag, and they don't get it. They're about actually equal distance as Turkey to the other flag, though.
I honestly sympathize right now for BeNe because they've banked on this flag twice and they just haven't been able to get it. And this is definitely, in my opinion, by far the easiest to defend, and they're just not getting any help here from the game itself.
Mm-hmm. The server says no.
Caesar's gonna put up the flag early, so I'm not. Oh no, Caesar! Caesar gets his horse killed, and that's unfortunate. There, Caesar left it. I mean, honestly, is this really bad? He's gonna put the flag up a little.
He's going to be outnumbered soon, but it looks like the BeNe players are going to get there quick enough.
Yeah, BeNe players are going to be there.
If they can, they might be able to try and hold Turkey. Now they're not going to have time to set up at the archway.
For real, this flag is high, and where is Turkey? Oh, they're coming in. They're coming in. Never mind. They were hidden under that little overpass for me. Flag's still going up though. None of the Turkish amp on it yet. It's going to be Donor.
Caesar can just stay on it.
Nice save from I'm not alone. Yeah, Caesar's just going to stick on the flag. Pendragon goes down to T. Keprin goes down. Caesar goes down. Oh, Cirkin goes down, and now it's tied up. Oh, BeNe they have the advantage right now. I'm not alone goes down to Kellerman, and that's who's that dismounted. That's gonna be Colonel dismounted. Donor's gonna unleash the hilt spam. T gonna pick up the kill on Menethil, and BeNe winning it. The comeback kings, the Aliopa.
I'm calling it now. Winning every round from here on out.
Like a strong rope now, man.
It's growing. I think Kellerman, the infantry have done well there, haven't they? I think, Kellerman came up big, Donner put on a lot of pressure, and they both survived is the main thing, One of the problems has been the imps just not survived long enough, but here they survived, and not only did that, you saw Donner's, he's quite famous for that, just in the middle of the fight, just bang, and he's just ripping his head off. And we need to see a bit more of that.
Yeah, he definitely gave it to Colonel there when Colonel just got up from being dismounted. He unleashed a dirty hill spam, and Colonel was no match. But as you said, the Aliopa grows, and maybe, I think if they get this windmill spawn, they win it, and then, honestly, at that point, when you win 2 rounds as Rodox, you get that green armor on the imp, and it's actually pretty darn good. So
if they can win this set 3-2 as well, that is a morale boost. It is a weaker faction. It is your map, and then you're going on to Vegas. I'm believing, the Aliopa's growing inside of me. I can feel it,
You just want to say Aliopa? You want to chant it?
Not enough to actually do it, but...
Nah, just the thought of it.
Yeah, don't be ridiculous, but, it's I'm thinking about it, yeah.
It's relatively cringeworthy, so... BeNe, once again, banking on this. I'd honestly just be sad if it just spawns again in the field, and it's like, oh, God. BeNe, and just no luck with him right now, but they pulled out that 1 round as Rodox. If they can get a second here, that'd be huge.
Do you think, in some ways, that inside flag actually worked quite well for them? Because it means the infantry have a bit more time to do their stuff instead of the archers and the cavalry.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think it worked out for them because Caesar lost his horse. It sounds weird to say, but maybe that extra pseudo infantry, the Cav imp, actually helped apply pressure on him.
Because Caesar didn't really get engaged early on. He was mainly sitting back with his lance and just stopping enemy cavalry, any of the Turkey's cavalry that was trying to come through. So, I agree. I definitely think it. Also,
just raising the flag just forces Turkey's hand as well, doesn't it? They have to run in. They don't have time to run around and get crossroads.
Turkey came in relatively late. The flag was so high because Caesar didn't get a chance to remount. Put it halfway up, remount. He actually just stood there and put it up 3/4. So, a lot of pressure there. And the flag's finally going to spawn for BeNe.
Turkey's hesitating.
Cirkin's going to be... I don't think they're hesitating. I think they're just making a plan of action right now. They see that they're heavy on the right, so they're going to apply pressure on the left to LaRue. And Donor and Kellerman defending the stairs. A little shield wall tactic going on right here. They're going to jump off. And
LaRue missed the jump.
Oh man, LaRue. Oh, a nice lance work. LaRue goes down to Kefren though, and this is bad. Some nice lance work there from Cirkin to stop it. Oh my, Sir Arthur coming in with a couch and just picks up the dirty kill on Caius. And now BeNe's in trouble. Reeling back, Sig's gonna take a hit in the back. Caesar goes down to Menethil, beautiful shot. Sig's nice hit there. Kefren goes down to Cirkin. But I still think BeNe's in trouble here. Pendragon's now on the flag, putting it up. Raiden goes down. It's not over just yet. Menethel's still alive, though.
Donner and Kellerman are on the flag, though. If they can get some work done here.
Nice shot from Menethil to take out 6. And yeah, the flag is consistently going up. T goes down. Kellerman trying to apply pressure. No, gonna go down. Sirkin goes down. Donner left. Pendragon finding him. There you go. Pendragon going to pick up the kill. Beautifully done from Turkey to pick up the early kill on Caius and LaRue, leaving the Rodok side with no crossbows, no ranged threat. I mean, looks grim now for BeNe, actually. You got, who's that? Pendragon and Menethil with that Lamellar armor. Sir Arthur with that, I mean, I think all the cab, really, with that leather, like, mailed coat or whatever it is. I'm not sure what it's called. It's like 36 armor, though, so.
And it's looking rough.
Yeah.
Once again, the cool
look at
quietness.
Yeah, look at Sirkin right now. He's just looking off over at the river. Only mere thoughts of Aliopa in his mind now.
Just echoes of Aliopa in many ways.
Oh, man.
So they're gambling on this inside flag again. I think that's probably the best bet.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to try now. Like, I think this is really where hopefully the BeNe players just go really hard, you know, play their best, pull it around, win the 2, you know, and then just 3-0 Vagers, go to the tiebreaker map. We need the intensity, man.
Can someone get in touch with Turkey and ask them to throw so we can take it to Winterberg?
I don't think Turkey's going to throw at their first chance at gold.
I don't think they would.
BeNe is actually going to reap the rewards of their little plan here. They're going to get the flag inside the village. I'm honestly, though, Turkey's much better positioned to deal with this now. They're all super close, and Kai's going to be on the flag. So we'll see how this goes. Turkey going across the river now. Everyone across the river. Do you think BeNe is braced for this? Are they ready?
I think they might be able to kind of hold them at the archway a bit. Or it looks like they're going to want them to come through, actually.
It's going to give some space for Kellerman and Caius to do some work, and Donner.
Here we go. This is going to be possibly the final fight of NC 2016. I mean, already, though. Oh, nice kill from Sirkin, take out Raiden. But already Caius... Oh, Kellerman goes down to Sir Arthur. But Caius and LaRue already out of the fight. They're not shooting. LaRue goes down. Oh my, this is looking bad. Sirkin goes down. And it could be over right here. T goes down as well. Caius trapped in the corner. Menethil and Kepron letting him have it. Caius goes down now. Donor, Sigs, Pendragon going to pick up the kill there. Caesar goes down, and unfortunately, the Aliopa has been extinguished. And there you go. You have your new NC 2016 champions, Turkey.
Congratulations. Probably, I think they have been the best team in the tournament. And they really did improve as it went on. So well done, Turkey. Really impressive performance here.
Definitely. Huge congratulations to Turkey. Most improved team, in my opinion, after like a crushing defeat to Finland, 12-3, something like that. And you come back and win it all. So
just actually, let's be honest, they actually stomped everyone they played after that.
Yeah.
They've kicked so many people's heads in. So
like even Poland,
well played.
Of course, like the favorites really again. So huge congrats to Turkey there. Winning it over the Aliopa. Unfortunately, BeNe will go home with another silver to add to their collection. But hey, at the end of the day, that's not bad, right? You're the second best team, so...
just don't tell them that right now.
Yeah.
You're right, you know, when you look back on it, and people make threads, when some sweaty nerd playing Bannerlord is making a thread, he's like, oh, and NC's, BeNe have 2 silvers. That actually looks good, you know? And they'll be proud of it then. But just now it's not going to work.
No, now if I was BeNe, I'd kind of be upset. You're coming off a decent run for BeNe, obviously getting silver last year, and it's like you're back in that position again. You're thirsty, you're hungry. The Aliopa is loud. It's in everyone's mind, and then gets extinguished by a very strong Turkish team.
Sometimes the life of the Aliopa goes passive, you know? It's just how it is.
Well, maybe not as exciting as we hoped. It was still fun. Cast to commentate. I believe they're gonna play out this last set. So,
I believe we're gonna go ahead and hold on. I'm checking real quick. Just so we have the full match on video record for later.
For the histories to remember.
Mm-hmm. So, are you guys expecting anything crazy from BeNe now?
Or classic North American all cavalry.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. They seem a bit slightly salty.
Yeah.
They seem a bit salty, so I think they might try out a bit.
Not to like punch any holes, but it's BeNe, right? I mean, last year they had a huge salt in Poland. Honestly, I'm not just pointing fingers or trying to make jokes, but it's true that they're emotional. So what can you do about it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and when you're like that, when it's going well, it actually is beneficial, but when you lose, it's just all the more crushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's harsh. For sure.
The question is whether Turkey try. I wouldn't give a hell.
Oh, if I was Turkey, I'd definitely just go all cav now on Roadhogs.
Okay, just get it done.
And enjoy yourself.
I have a feeling, BeNe, let's face it, they've been absolutely wrecked here. So, just for their pride's sake, they might want to take up at least another couple of rounds, make it look respectable.
Yeah, at least make the score look legitimate. I mean, do you think Turkey, though, lets them get away with it?
I wouldn't be surprised if Turkey just takes it seriously and ends up.
You have just won the NC, though.
That is true. So you might just kick back and relax.
You don't unwind.
Actually, it looks like we might have 1 or 2 players in who haven't played up till now. So yeah, that might also be.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Cheers, lads. The NC's lost. Let me play the last set.
Get in the garbage time.
I ain't being associated with this. I'd be.
Yeah.
But, you know what, though? At the end of the day, he can say, it doesn't matter, what skill level. He can just say at the end of the day, I played in the NC finals once. I mean, have you done that?
Yeah. Or you might be able to use that as leverage and say, well, if you'd let me play more, we might have won.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I don't think Kane's going to be saying that. No offense. Let's be real.
All right. So 3 cavalry, 3 archers from BeNe, 2 infantry, and same lineup from Turkey: 3 archers, 3 cavalry, 2 infantry.
I mean, I think Turkey's got it right though with the lineup on Roadhogs.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you compensate for crossbows with more crossbows. Who knows? But I guess we'll just watch this play out. I mean, it looks like both teams are taking it relatively seriously, but we'll see.
I love this passive aggressive shit talking. I'm loving it from Raiden. That's that's great. I love that. You played really well. That's just fantastic. I love that.
Yeah, heads up, that won't be seen on stream. I have everything muted in game.
That's all good. That's all good. You'd rather not show this on stream.
Yeah, let's try and keep the integrity of the teams, even though that won't happen as soon as this match is over and everyone takes to Tail Worlds.
Let's just say both teams are congratulating each other on a strong performance.
They're being very sportsmanlike and gentlemanly.
Yeah, exactly.
Until everyone takes to Tail Worlds.
There's been... I think BeNe did... I have to say it was a bit of a choke, because there was just too many team kills going on, I'd say LaRue looked slightly nervous. I'd say most of BeNe looked slightly nervous, to be honest with you. There's just too many team kills. It just doesn't look like they were confident enough, to be honest with you.
I agree and disagree with some points. I think or maybe not for the whole thing. Some of them I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but it's something along the lines of, do you really think it was tilting, or is it more or less just, I don't know, ill-prepared?
Turkey better team. Turkey
just naturally just being the better team here. Even
It
if
shouldn't
they
have
weren't
been this
tilting.
It shouldn't have been this much of a stomp. Like that,
Yeah.
we all called Turkey to win. Like, so they should have. We all thought they would win, but I think it should have been a bit closer. I don't actually really don't like the way the match started with that 3 archers from BeNe.
Yeah.
And they're such an emotional team, you know. Like when you lose that set 3-0 with an emotional team of Aliopas, you know, that can just tilt you for the rest of the tournament. Like the rest of the tournament. So I know you're right. I think Turkey have proven they're the better team, but I do think we could have expected a better performance from them.
I have to say too, especially a lot of the archers from BeNe were not performing overall as well as what we saw from Turkey's archers. You know, Leroux had a few rounds where he really got to shine, but for the most part, they were pretty much just straight up getting, yeah.
They were quiet. They were very quiet.
And I think part of that is they did get pressured quite a bit, actually, by Turkey early on. They didn't have the opportunity to shoot as much.
Yeah. I think I've just gotten enough information to tell that Turkey is not really giving it too much effort. If you look at Raiden right now,
Why would you?
If you saw him earlier, yeah. At least gives BeNe a little chance, you know, to get back at him, kill him a couple times in game, then go to the forums.
Just take out some of that frustration, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be tough for them, though, you know. And in many ways, they'll be frustrated now. Turkey aren't trying, really, I'd imagine.
I don't believe so. I'm pretty sure I just saw Raiden. Kais was coming at him, and he was just wagging his shield in his face.
I actually have an interesting comment from
I think
this.
they've gone all cab, actually.
Oh yes, Turkey has. That's what we like to see.
That's the sign of no effort being given.
Yep.
What's your interesting comment? Because it's probably more interesting than this.
Someone in the Twitch chat said, talking about BeNe underestimating Turkey's infantry, and after they got crushed by superior infantry, they lost their nerve and couldn't bring it back against an almost equal cavalry team. So what do you guys think of that? Of, you know, once they lost the infantry, that they could have, you know, if they hadn't lost their nerve, they could have actually still won against the cavalry on the open map because, you know, they're being a little more even. What do you say?
I really would have liked to see them play another infantry on the first map. Like, we can all agree that BeNe are quite an emotional team, and I honestly still think that BeNe infantry can play better than Turkish infantry can. I personally think that. But, you know, they are very emotional, and they honestly, let's be real here, even after that first round where that Watley just got bodied, they never really got back in the game properly. I never believed. And I think, yeah, he's got a point, but I think it's as much of their own making that problem as anyone else's, you know.
Okay, shout out to Caius, horse archer.
The true class that we need.
Yep. We need Kurgits. Nation Cup 2017, we need Kurgits.
Please no.
No.
Just horse archer galore, come on. We all know we want it, and we need it.
I mean, if you could properly, like, implement it, but I think the class is just way too OP.
Mm-hmm.
The NC comes to an end. A fun tournament this year. I believe so. I think certain countries did better than we expect, but I think, as you said, CJ, maybe a down year for NC. But I don't think that takes anything away from, of course, Turkey's victory. So.
Well, and go ahead.
They'll be so happy to get this. Like, it's hard to quantify how much this really actually means to the Turkish team. Like, you probably don't quite get it because you're NA, but like the amount, like Turkey have literally been the favourites in probably over 70% of the NCs. You know, they've fielded some of the greatest players to ever play the game. They've had literally the best cav lineups of all time. They've had, like, in single teams, they've had like 5 of the top 10 cavalry players ever. So for them to win this, you know, it means a lot to them. It means so much. So I really want to congratulate them. Like you see in their thread all the time, you know, there's the entire Turkish scene, and there's a huge one that we don't even know about. They all play on their own servers, you know, the Siege servers, TDM servers, and they all care about it, you know, they have their own scene, their own clans. They'll be so proud about this, you know, this is huge for them. So Raiden, well done, Raiden, and well done the Turkish national team. You've done brilliantly.
Even with the feud that I mean, between players like Raiden and Napoleon, who have usually like fielded their own separate Turkish teams, I think they've kind of bridged that gap. Of course, Menethil coming over, but still huge congrats to obviously the Turkish team winning with kind of the split community that they are, I believe. So obviously well deserved. Huge congrats.
Menethil being a beast right here.
Commiserations as well to BeNe as well. I mean, they performed well, and they performed well last year. They'll be disappointed, but you know, a year down the line, they'll just be proud they got the silver. You know, and it'll go down in history. Well played, BeNe.
Congratulations to Turkey, as you guys already mentioned, and of course, very well played by both teams. I mean, the fact of getting to the finals is no small feat in NC. Even though, like you mentioned, this NC was a little more low-key than a lot of the past ones, and I think we can pretty much attribute that just entirely to warbans coming to a close. You know, ban alerts coming out fairly soon. Yeah, a lot of the good players have started kind of not being as active as they used to, but I'm pretty sure that we will see a return of a lot of those people once ban alert is out. But any closing thoughts about the tournament overall?
Thunder, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Got to think of something. Got to think of something to say.
Congrats to obviously the administration. I know us NA players had a bit of a feud with you guys about the Blue Javelin situation, and while like personally I did think it was a bit drastic to remove both of our win, or our tie and our win because of it, I'm glad that you guys kind of looked back on that situation and were like, maybe this is a bit overkill, of course. But obviously huge congrats to the administration. I think you guys did a fine enough job. Just a well-organized tournament, so yeah.
I want to say congrats to Finland for beating drawing with an entire continent. You know, that's really impressive. You know, the entirety of North America could not beat a tiny Nordic country. But
mistakes were made, man. Fourth set NA, no names, but you know you are.
No, I want to say, obviously, yeah. I mean, well administrated. I actually do agree that it probably was a bit harsh, but that's a discussion for another time. Generally speaking, really well run. I think it was really good of them to run a B tournament as well for the knocked out teams. Gives a lot of them a bit longer to play together, you know. And honestly, thanks to the teams that just get beat up every year but keep coming back. That's the teams I want to thank. You know, the teams that they do get shit on, but they don't whinge by it, and they just come back and they play every year. So, you know, people like Spain, Galahad, people like that, you know, well played, keep coming back.
Yeah, a lot of respect to those people, as you said, the ones who just stick with it. And I think that really it's kind of for the love of the game. You know, a lot of those teams, you go in, you're not really expecting to do something, but it's one of those things, you just try and do better than you did last year, and it really is just the love of the game.
And it does make a mockery of all, you know, the arguments about who should play for who should play for who. And then you got Spain, you know, they just turn up every year, play their game.
Yep.
And it's just great. It's good to see. So yeah, well done all the smaller teams, well done the administrations, and congratulations to Turkey.
Yep, big congratulations to Turkey. Again, as Cleric said, very little to add. That really well done by the admin team. Big thanks to all the work and effort they put into. Obviously, running a tournament is not as easy as you might think. There's a lot of work just a lot of time that they have to dedicate to this. You know, helping teams and all that stuff. Also, big thanks to all of the streamers that we had this year. Obviously, Doff TV, we streamed several matches, but also big shout out to Greed Stream. Unfortunately, I don't actually know the actual name of his channel. And big shout out to also Bladecast TV. You guys are pretty much the only main and regular North American streaming channel, if I recall correctly, Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, it's relatively new. We're kind of building off the basis we had from WPL streams, which I believe we kind of hit some gold there with the WPL finals. We had a great stream with 4 of us, myself, Mad Dog, Raid, and Captain Lust himself. The match was riveting too. It actually came down to like the tiebreaker map, so it was great fun. And now we're building on that. We're hoping to become the premier, you know, streaming service for Warband itself, not just NA but EU as well. So I'm very grateful that you let me come here today to cast with you guys. I had
really glad to have you. It's kind of a shame we weren't able to have you know, some more of the Bladecast guys come, but big thanks to you for coming on short notice, because from what I heard from Calamity, it was you were the only one who could do it on such short notice. So but again, big shout out to Bladecast TV. Really, really good streaming quality, really good commentators. Definitely check them out. Also, of course, big thank you for Cleric Johnson to being here, helping build the hype.
Pleasure as always, mate. It's good working with you.
You know, CJ's presence alone brings us, 30 extra viewers because he's... and, of course, big thank you to Tail Worlds Entertainment for, of course, making the game that we all love and play so competitively so much, and also for providing, for sponsoring this year Nation Cup and providing a lot of the servers. Also, shout out to Defenders of Faith who provided the rest of the servers as well. And I think that's it. So this is a close to Nation Cups 2016. Another year, another champion. Go Turkey. And let's all look forward to Bannerlord, and let's keep the Nation Cup tradition alive next year, moving into hopefully transitioning over to Bannerlord by that time.
Aliop Horizon. Aliop Horizon.
Aliapa.
That's more we heard. In the Bannerlord beta, you'll hear it when you're walking past the river. Aliopa, Aliopa.
The old river village. The ruins it will be.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching. Be sure to check back for more streams in the future. And again, once again, big thanks to both of you guys coming and doing commentating. It was amazing commentary. Really glad that we got to have both of you guys here.
Thanks, man. I'm just super glad to be here. I had a great time, honestly. I mean, obviously, relatively new to the scene, but I guess I've been like blessed with a lot of moments to cast some huge games, WPL finals, NC finals. So really appreciate it, man.
You're really good at it. So.
Thank you.
You have a sultry, smooth American voice.
Yes. You've got just perfect voice for it.
Thank you.
And here's some music to play us all out.
Bass Hunter, I hope.
Oh, I wish I'd had that set up. That actually would have been perfect.
Aleopa.